Mike Huber, Moneyball Hittter Magazine here. Now let's look at the White Sox hitters. We're going to do some analysis of their hitters here. A couple analysis of their old veterans here. Here is Gordon Beckham here, and I'm going to be showing you a couple of pictures here. Gordon Beckham, big-time draft choice about 7, 8, 9 years ago or something. He's been with the White Sox. He's probably a 220, 230 lifetime hitter. Gets some big hits here and there. He's a good fielder. He's an image guy, kind of the golden boy image. Never put up any numbers with the White Sox. No hitting coach could straighten this guy out at all. Sometimes he hit 7 homers. Sometimes his best was probably 15 homers, maybe 15 or 20. He had maybe one good year. But other than that, it's been a total waste of money just because the hitting coaches have not been able to help him out. All right. Now, at the University of Georgia, he hit 24 home runs, and Georgia went to the College World Series, and he was a superstar there and everything. His swing was the same, but his stance was a little bit different. His bat, we've talked about this time and time again, was more upright in college, and for some reason, I don't know where he got the idea that his back elbow should be up even higher, and on his load that his bat should wrap all the way around his head and his hands should go up. I don't know where he got this idea from. Maybe it was a hitting coach that he came across in the minor leagues when he came up into the White Sox. And the theory behind that is that if you wrap your bat, when it unravels, it's going to give you more bat speed. So maybe he bought into that. And for 7 years, all the hitting coaches that came through that system that maybe wanted to help him out or tried to help him out, didn't bring his hands down and didn't make the bat upright. That would have fixed any sort of problems that he had as far as hitting 230 is concerned. And you see in this picture of him out in front of the ball here, he was either a little bit out in front or he was getting jammed. Okay? Rarely he really squared up on the ball at all. And it's because of this bat wrap, which this problem goes all the way down to Little League. And then we're going to show you here Adam Dunn, who's always had a bat wrap ever since he's been with the Cincinnati Reds. And these guys with high hands, you can see his hands are over his shoulders, which is what, when I was at the White Sox Academy teaching hitting, that's what they taught, high hands. And he's kind of been this way ever since his career. His swing is awesome, but I'm 100% sure that anybody who has high hands goes into slumps a lot, and sometimes they can't get out of them. All right. So when Dunn was with the Reds, he didn't slump as much. Okay. He never hit for really good batting average. At least he was at 250, 260. Then he got with the White Sox. And once he slumped once, he was in a slump for his whole career with the White Sox. Okay. 210, 220, sometimes 205. He always hit his home runs, if he got lucky with a good pitch or whatever. Okay. But here's two guys, high hands. These bats are way over their head, way too far over their head. And not one, you're trying to tell me that not one hitting instructor could fix them. Not one could figure out the problem. To me, it's really an easy fix because the rest of their swings are effective rotational swings, which most hitters in the major leagues have some sort of rotational back leg type of swing, and these two certainly got it. But it was a total, you combined their salaries up, Beckham and Dunn, for over the course of how many years that they were there, combined probably at least 12 years. That was just a total wash. It's millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars just wasted because both of those guys couldn't figure it out. And there was no hitting coaches that could help figure it out for them either. Okay? So, there's, like I said, with this Todd Steverson, came in, and obviously he wasn't able to help them out, or he didn't have the guts to even try. I don't know. Todd, you could give us a call here at Moneyball Hitter Magazine and let us know what went on with that and why you couldn't fix a couple of the veterans, or you didn't have the authority to, or the knowledge to. I heard you just kind of left them alone because they had their own routines. But when guys are hitting 205 and 220, you know, they're in my office, okay? And I'm telling them, we're going to get you hitting 50 points better. Do this. I'm going to show it to you in batting practice. You're going to see the results in the game, and that's it, and that's final. That's authority right there. Moneyball hitter authority right there. Okay? And I don't care if you're a professional or who you are. When somebody talks to you like that and then they get the results and they see the results, they're going to listen to you. All right? Now, most of these hitting coaches kind of tinker around. They're kind of afraid. They don't know how to talk to one guy or the other because they don't have the authority. You have the authority when you have the knowledge. Here's Jose Abreu here now. Okay, superstar. He'll probably be a superstar for the rest of his life. Okay, he's just a natural hitter. He does have effective rotational mechanics. He also sometimes hits linear. Okay. Here's one of these guys that you just don't touch until he has a really, really bad season or something like that. Okay, but for the most part, he's he lifts the ball. He's on his back leg. You can see he's a high-handed hitter, but what happens when the pitch is about to be thrown? He drops his hands into that, what we call the power slot. And his bat isn't totally straight up and down. It's a little bit tilted, but not like it is with Beckham and Dunn, where it's just way too over-exaggerated. Okay? So he's in the right type of slot where he's going to be able to hit to his potential and put up the big numbers. Now, he's susceptible to slumps later on in his life if he doesn't hit that slot all the time. So I don't like guys that have high hands and then come down like that, because if they miss their slot here and there, they could get in trouble. But he happened to hit that slot every time he did it this year. Then if there's a hitting instructor that messes with him, well, we think if you keep your hands higher during the load, you're going to have a lot more success. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Wait a second, didn't I hit 36 home runs my rookie year when I was putting my hands down? This happens all the time. I'm just giving you scenarios. Okay? And then like we said, with Todd Steverson, who was so highly recruited by the White Sox from the Oakland Athletics to moneyball these guys up. He's got this moneyball tag on him when he's really a fake moneyball hitting coach, because if he was a real one, the White Sox numbers would have improved dramatically. But there was 8 guys that went in and out of the lineup that hit like 230 or lower. And half of those guys were young guys, half of them were some veterans, and half of them were 2 or 3 year guys that Steverson just could not help. Okay? So White Sox, you only had one really star hitter. He was a superstar, actually, which is above star. Okay? He kept your offense above water. You had a couple of role players that kind of kept the offense moving here and there. And then you just had a bunch of little league guys that, doused your chances for putting up any types of numbers, especially the second half of the season. Sox, you're in trouble. You better pick up. You better land a lot of big veterans who put up some numbers in the major leagues, and there's not a lot of them out there, and they're hard to get, and they're hard to convince that they're going to come over to the Chicago White Sox and help the White Sox, because the White Sox fan base, when they lose, they don't put fans in the stadium, and they're starting to lose on a consistent basis. So if I was a star hitter, I wouldn't want to come here. Just the truth, just the facts. It's raw, it's blood truth coming right at you. Coach Huber, Moneyball Hitter Magazine. We'll catch you on the flip side.